Okay, great. So today we're gonna talk about study. You guys ready for it? And I have a really serious conversation right now about study.
Oh, sorry, I do not prepare.
Why you didn't prepare for the class? Why?
Because you talk me don't worry, don't get here.
I was just talking shit, you know. You gotta prepare for that, you know. You gotta prepare for that for class. Okay, kidding.
Okay.
Last afternoon, like today we're gonna talk about study.
Yeah.
So maybe you can share with us something about your school. Back then,
for sure.
when you was in primary school, and so you was studying here in middle high school, right?
No, just high school.
Just high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can share something like funny stuff,
Okay, yeah,
the
for
subjects
sure.
that you have learned
Okay.
back then in primary school, and maybe you had some like really close classmates back then. You can share with us something fun that you have done.
Okay.
Some crazy stuff, silly stuff.
So then I'll just go back to like the beginning,
Yeah,
and the whole story. I'll talk about the whole story.
story
Yeah.
back then in primary school first, and then move on to
Yeah.
middle
Okay.
high school, and then high school here in Vietnam. I think like because you have experienced the difference of the education in the United States, very very developed country, and also I have to say that not really good education here in Vietnam.
Alright.
So maybe you can share with us the difference and about something like that.
Okay. So I'll just start by talking about like when I first started going to school. So I went to school. The first time I went to school was when I was 3 years old, and I went to this daycare. It was like a preschool, but it was like a daycare because we hadn't really started school yet.
Daycare.
Daycare, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's like where really young kids go, like 3-year-olds, before you're ready for school. So I just went to this daycare where we didn't really learn anything, and it was just kind of like a babysitting thing. But you were still learning all the while. So I started that in September, probably 2002, I would say. And I went to this daycare called Davis Holland. That's the name of it. And I had friends there who I like still talk to all the way until high school. So at this daycare, what we would do is like we would have snack time, and like we would just play games and sing songs. And
Snack time.
yeah. So it's like where we just kind of sat around and ate snacks.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Snack
pretty
time.
much what it
Okay.
was.
And it's snack together, right?
Yeah, we eat snacks together. It was like a bonding experience when we were little, and we'd have nap time where we just like had an hour where we just napped. Because we were
take a nap.
Yeah, we were really young, so we needed that nap time for sure. And like we would, for the most part, like we just play outside and sing songs and learn like the basic stuff like numbers and letters. But it wasn't really like a school. It was just like just some place to go while our parents worked. And then I really started school when I was 4, and this is called preschool. So I went to a preschool called Shaner. Shaner, yeah. And I had really great teachers when I was younger. I still remember them now. And
Where did you learn that?
so there we learned, we just learned basics like how to read, how to write, letters, numbers, and we learned different kinds of social skills also. So it wasn't.
How old were you back then? I mean, when
Yeah. So the first year in preschool, I was 4 years old.
It's only 4 years old.
Only 4 years old, yeah. So that's just like we were all still quite young, so we weren't learning like tons of stuff. And then after preschool, because that's like your first year of school, but after preschool you go to kindergarten. And kindergarten, this is where you like really kind of start to learn how to read and how to write your name and how to thank you, and how to just like do the basic stuff. And but generally it's just like a lot of playing. Like you just do a lot of playing, and that's how you learn. And then after kindergarten, thank you. After kindergarten, you go to first grade, and this is like really when you start learning. So this is when you turn 6, and like you still do a lot of playing, but this is where you start learning like how to add and subtract, and you learn how to like how to add and subtract. So like 1 plus 1. Or like 2 minus 1 and stuff like that. So we learned really basic stuff. But like I said last time, it's just a lot of playing. We learned a lot through like fun activities. We learned a lot through like hands-on type of stuff. We did a lot of experiments. So like we would always like make stuff, and we make arts and crafts, and like we sing a lot of songs, and it was just really, really fun. Like it wasn't a stressful environment at all. And that's how it was for like first grade, second grade, and third grade, I'd say, for the most part. And then like you're just kind of learning the basic stuff that you need at those ages. And then once you go to fifth grade, I would say, that's when you're 10, yeah. That's like that's the year before you go to middle school. So this is like the year where things start getting more intense. Like you start taking tests, you start
real tests.
Yeah, like real tests. Like you start getting actually graded on things, and I still wouldn't say that it's very stressful, but it's like when school really starts. Like when you really start
learning.
When you really start learning like for your future. And after fifth grade, like you've completed elementary school, so then you go to middle school. And then that's like a different school from elementary school. So the middle school I went to was called the William Davies Middle School. So, and this is a huge, huge school because we only had one middle school in my whole town. So all the kids would go there. So everyone generally knew each other from like preschool to kindergarten and so on and so forth. So it wasn't like that big of a transition, but in middle school you would take, I would say 8 classes. Eight classes. But it was like, it wasn't super intense. You would take English, Spanish, science, math, history, and I'm missing a few. Like you take art, music, and PE, like physical education, yeah. So those were generally like your 8 subjects, and you would do them, like each subject would be an hour and a half every day, and you do 8 subjects every day. And then you like have lunch and stuff as well. But yeah, that was like really exciting because like you're a teenager then, and everything is really exciting. And so you have 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and those are all middle school years. And I went to middle school in New Jersey, and I went to elementary school in New Jersey. And then when I finished 8th grade, I moved here to Hanoi.
Oh, so like when you finished 8th
Yeah, when I finished,
New Jersey to
Hanoi, yeah. And I started high school here at an international school in Hanoi called Eunice. And the style of education was completely different, than what I had. It was just completely different. So it was harder, much harder. The people that I was going to school with was much more competitive. Because in New Jersey it was like kind of laid back, and everyone was just kind of going to school for fun and stuff. But here it was like very cutthroat. Like everyone wanted to do well. Everyone wanted to go to good college here. And it was just very competitive here. And also, like I would say, the level of education was, I would say, improved because the school was so expensive compared to my last school, which was free. So, like, my school cost, I told you, $25,000 a year. So the teachers were, like, extremely, extremely educated. They all had masters. They all had been teaching for more than 15 years. So I would say the quality of education I was getting was improved, but it was at, like, a price. Like, I wasn't as happy as I was at my high school that I was in middle school.
A lot, right?
Yeah, for sure.
$25,000.
Yeah. So high school was 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. And then after 12th grade, you go to university. Oh, it's expected you go to university, yeah.
What kind of subjects did you take in high school?
So in high school, I took biology, I took math, I took business and management, I took English, Spanish, and film. So those.
So a lot of like foreign languages, right?
Foreign languages?
I mean like Spanish, French.
Oh yeah, right. Like my school, they offer Spanish, French, and German. So there was 3 languages offered, but I chose to take Spanish because.
Is it like a compulsory to?
Yeah, you have to take it.
8 subjects.
Oh, at my high school, it's compulsory to take 7.
7. Okay,
so we had.
8.
Yeah, 7 or 8. So we had like the 6 that I just listed, and then we also had this class called Theory of Knowledge, where it was like.
Theory of knowledge.
Theory of knowledge, yeah. It was like where you just. It's like a philosophy class. So you would just kind of study like. It was like not fun at all. Like you would study like the main topic of the class was how do we know what we know. So it was like how do I know that this is Red Bull, or how do I know that this is water, like how do I know that this is a table. So it was like a philosophy class, and like how do we know that we exist and stuff like that. So yeah. I didn't like it at all though. I mean, I
so
got
like which subject do you like most?
I really liked I liked my business/economics class, but I also really liked film. I was really interested in film. I really like to watch movies and analyze movies and talk about movies, and I think that like I might go into film one day. I might try, but I don't know. It's a very hard field to go into. But I really liked film. I thought it was really.
You found really useful for your future.
Yeah. I don't think that like there's a lot of demand for film degrees, for example. So if I were to get a degree in film in university, I would have trouble finding a job. But as for like fun and personal happiness, that's like what made me the most happy. As for the most practical subject that I liked, I really like business. So I'm considering going into the business field because there's always a demand for business jobs, and I might do that
So
also.
like, what did you learn when you was learning economics? Because back then when I was in university, I did learn a lot of stuff, and right now I cannot remember anything.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, I can only remember like supply and demand. Like all I can remember is like the supply and demand chart and like equilibrium points and stuff like that. But I can't remember much. Like
Yeah,
I just can't remember that much.
yeah. So like, which subject did you hate most?
Oh god, that's easy.
Duh.
I hated biology. I like hate biology. Like I was horrific at it. Like I was so bad, and like I didn't really like my teacher because he was really annoying, and I just could never like wrap my mind around the fact that like why would I ever need to know this? Like why would I ever need to know like cells and like the mitochondria and like bullshit like that? Like I just never thought I needed to know it. And I mean, like, of course I do need to know it, but it's just not something that I will ever pursue in the future. Like, I'm so glad I'm done with biology. I will never take that class again, so.
Like here, we also did learn a lot of stuff that it doesn't have any applications at all in real life. Like
And I just hate that. Like, I can't stand that.
Yeah, we did learn about chemical physics, but not like the basic stuff.
Yeah.
Really complicated and big X things.
Yeah.
Not really like about like I don't know. I mean, right now I cannot remember anything.
Yeah, because like you don't really use like biology, physics, and
Yeah.
chemistry like on an everyday basis. Like math, you'll use English, you'll use Spanish, you might use biology, chemistry, physics. You're not really gonna use unless you go into a field like that. So.
So like, which one did you find most useful until now?
Like which subject or which science?
Subject and.
Subject, I would say probably business, because it's just when when you read the news and like when you talk to people, like business just revolves around everything. I would say like there's just a lot of things I learned in business that help me understand like why like corporate America and stuff, and like the economics of America, and help me better understand like it also gives me a better understanding of politics, because a certain candidate's policies like may hurt the economy or may like improve the economy. So I think business and economics was like the most useful, I would say, for me at least. Yeah.
So what were the teachers like? Like you told me that they are really educated and
Yeah,
they
qualified,
have some master's degree.
Yeah.
Like what are they?
Their personalities. So the teachers that I had in high school, they were like quite uptight, I would say. They weren't uptight, so it's like they didn't have a lot of fun. So they were very
Quiet type.
Huh?
Quiet type.
Yeah, the quiet type, I would say. So like you had a very formal relationship with them, but like you never really had that personal like one-on-one connection with them. Like for example, in New Jersey, like my teachers like really were invested in our learning and really wanted us to do well, and we were all like generally friends with our teachers because we lived in the same town. But here it's like because they make so much money and because they're super hyper qualified, it's like they're just there to do their job pretty much. They're just there to like make sure that they're giving us the education, and like that's it. And I think that I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed in a way about that, because like I really do like forming relationships with people. Like I don't want to come to school every day for 4 years and not have a relationship, but like that's what I kind of found at my school, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just not as personal as it was at like my public school, for example.
Learning is not also like it's not only about just go to school and learn. It is also about like relationships.
Yeah, all the relationships you form along the way, and like people that you'll talk to in the future, because like once you get out of school, like the relationships are kind of like all you have. Like I mean, you have like this education and this knowledge, but like what's really important is like the relationships and like how you feel about like yourself and like your friends afterwards. So I wish I could have like formed deeper relationships with my teachers.
So like, were you really close with any of your classmates in high school?
Yeah, I was really close to like.
Because you just like moved from New Jersey to here.
Yeah.
So everything was really new to you, but so like, was it really hard to adapt to the environment?
Yeah, for sure. Like when I first moved here, like of course I didn't have any friends because I had just moved here. So I had to like, when like my first day of school, like I just had to really like put myself out there and like try and make friends, because I didn't know anyone, and it was super, super scary. But I was really lucky that there was like a bunch of girls in my grade that were really friendly and like really welcoming. So I ended up being friends with them for a while, and they're just really sweet. And yeah, like they're still my friends today. Like a lot of them have graduated and gone to college, but a lot of them are still here also. So I'm really lucky to have found such a good group of friends like them.
Like, did you have any like really best friend?
Yeah, I would say that my best friend, her name is Danielle, and she's half Vietnamese, half Australian. So she's lived in Australia all her life, but she moved to Vietnam a few years ago. So her Vietnamese name is like Dan Phuong.
Dan Phuong.
Dan Phuong, yeah. So that's her Vietnamese name, and her English name is Danielle. But yeah, she's amazing. I really value our friendship. She's just a really kind person, and I feel like I can be myself around her, I would say. And like we're into the same things, so like she's really into books, and I'm also really into books, and we're into the same movies. And she's a really like artsy kind of person. Like she's a really great painter, so she's really into like the artsy side of things, while I'm not so much. But I don't know, like we still like work really well together, and
so like you guys have a lot of things in common.
Yeah, we have a lot of things in common, and I don't know, we just always have a good time. Whenever we're together, it's always a good time.
So like what did you guys usually do when you were in class?
Like, okay, so if we were in class, oh my god, we used to like, we were so annoying. Like whenever we were together in class, like, I mean, we could never ever pay attention, because like when we were with each other, it was just like we were always trying to have fun. So we would always kind of talk when the teacher was talking, which the teacher hated. Or we would like send notes to each other like across the room, or we would
say what?
Like send notes to each other across the room.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
we did
so
that
like
too. We did that
yeah,
too.
we like write each other notes and like send it and like throw it. So we do that. Or like if we sat next to each other, we'd like draw pictures on each other's books and stuff. And it was just like we were always doing something, like we were always off task, but like we still got our work done and everything. But it's just we really like always had a good time together. So yeah.
Great. I also like did some like silly things like that, like draw something on my friend's t-shirt.
Yeah.
So it was really fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So after high school, you did go to uni, right?
Yeah, I went to Rutgers University for like, not even 2 months, like a month and a half. I just stayed on campus, and like classes hadn't started or anything. I just stayed on campus.
So it didn't start.
Yeah, like classes hadn't started, but it was like a welcome week type thing. So I stayed for that, and then I was like, I realized that like this wasn't for me, and then I left. Yeah.
So like, what did you do in that welcome week?
So we would
Just
yeah, it was just like a bunch of it was just like a bunch of activities to like get to know people and make friends, and it was like to get to know the school and like get to know your way around campus and stuff. So I did that, and then also we did a few days where we would go to our classes and like have simulation classes that weren't really classes, but just kind of introductory classes. So I would like wake up, and then I would go to the dining hall and eat, and then I would go to my first class, which was like I think it was like an English class or something. I can't really remember.
It is an English class.
Yeah, an English class I think. And then I would like after that class I would kind of go hang out or with my friends or something, and then I would go to the rest of my classes, and that was kind of like my day. So it was like a lot of partying during this week because like classes hadn't really started. So it was really
that was your typical routine for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, why? I already asked you about these guys. Maybe you would love to hear that. So like, why did you call it quit?
So I called it
There
quit.
must be some like reason behind that. It cannot be that easy.
I think I called it quits because I just like I was really after high school I had worked really hard. Like I was like in Vietnam. I had worked really hard. I was like top student. Like I had stellar grades, and I was just a really good student, and I had like pushed myself from grade 9 to grade 12 until I graduated. And after that, like after high school, I was like, okay, the next logical choice would be for me to go to college and get my degree and start my career. But I don't know, like when I got to college, it just didn't feel right to me. Like it just felt like I was an intruder somewhere. Like I was someplace that I didn't belong, and it felt like I was wasting my time in a way because I didn't want to be there, and I was paying to be someplace that I didn't want to be. So like I tried it out, and I really didn't like it, and I was like I just need to give myself some time off, and I need to step back and really reevaluate like what I'm doing with my life and what I want to be in the future, especially because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, maybe like this year like I take some time for myself and I like figure out what I want to do. And it's just also because it's so expensive. Like I got a scholarship, but it didn't cover all of it. So I was still paying like quite a bit of money.
Like a 50%?
Yeah, like about 50% of it, and we didn't qualify for financial aid. So I was paying like so much money for like a degree that I didn't even know if I wanted, or a degree that I.
How much did you have to pay?
So the tuition for the college that I went to was, I think it was $40,000 a year. And so my family and I, like I was working and my family was working, we were paying $20,000 a year. And that was just way too much. Like it was just way too much. And I just, like I wasn't willing to invest that much money and that much time into something that I wasn't
really
even sure about. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna, take some time off by myself, and then maybe I will go back. I'm not even sure that I will go out. Yeah, maybe.
But to the same university or?
I don't know. Because I don't know if my scholarship will still be there, so I might go to a cheaper school, or like I might get a scholarship somewhere else. I don't really know. Like I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Long story, innit? Long story. So maybe you guys can share with us something about your school. Is there any special you would like to share with us? From you first.
Take it easy. Come on, take it easy.
Yeah, it's super chill, but I don't mind.
Whatever. Try your best. Think. Yeah. Anything about your school that you would love to share with us? Anything about your friends, teachers, about everything. Yeah. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Like whatever you can say, really.
Try your best to speak English. Try your best.
I learn Hanoi University Science and Technology.
Okay.
Hanoi University of Science and Technology.
Yeah.
It is really close to this one.
Yeah, I see it every time I pass. Yeah, there's always a lot of students around there.
Okay. Trong trường
In my university.
in my university
Think.
Right, as well.
You don't have to like make a whole sentence, like a long sentence. Just say a single word will be fine. Huh?
đặc trưng của một
Energy, engineering.
Engineering.
and my university engineering
Engineering, yeah.
nó có những đặc trưng khác với môi trường khác.
It has like, what do you mean? I mean like it has its special characteristics or features. Đó là những cái đặc trưng biệt gì đấy. It has, ý mình sẽ đi qua cái đấy. It has, nhưng mà ý yếu của nó là gì?
Vì nó là môi trường kỹ thuật, nó đặc trưng nó khác với trường khác như là kinh tế hay là xã hội liên quan.
So like basically. So that university is all about like science and technology.
Yeah.
Like its name.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll go
So
through
like,
that
it's
later.
a lot of math and
But you can
science.
understand me, right? Tí á, khi mà tớ nói như thế xong ấy, thì tí mình sẽ đi qua cái đấy, nên không phải nói. Ok?
Ý tôi muốn nói cho bạn hiểu là
Thì tớ nói rồi. Đấy, ok. Nhưng mà bây giờ cố gắng để, sorry.
It's okay, no problem.
Bây giờ cố gắng nhé, để nghĩ và nói bằng tiếng Anh. Ok, cứ nói, nói sao nói.
ok.
Nói sao nói, cứ nói đi. Miễn là nói ra, ok?
Rồi, phải nói nghĩ. Tiếng Anh là gì mà?
Thì cuối từ gì bảo cậu?
Ví dụ như là nó
Quick.
vừa lý thuyết nó vừa thực hành này. Lý thuyết nó năm đầu gì đó nó xem lại trường học tự nhiên, sau đó là đi sâu máy móc thực hành đã.
Okay, so like on the in the first year, you just learn all about like theory things,
What is it?
like theory stuff, not
Okay.
really like realistic
Oh,
and
like
practical
theory
things.
stuff, okay.
Yeah, theory things. And after that, maybe 2 years later, you can learn specific things like about your major, like you're gonna get into the specific major. Like
Okay.
maybe this guy is learning about chemical, right?
Chemical
About
engineering.
chemical,
Is it like chemistry or like chemical
Like
engineering?
chemical